All right, let's give it a shot. That just never works. Never works. I don't know why. All right, folks, welcome back to the journey. So yes, back into another day of cleaning up the mess over here after we had already cleared out the tent. Oh, I cleared out the tent, and then we moved the tent over there. So may or may not get a chance to see Gladys in this video. I think she's going to come out and possibly help me. But for her, she's like, none of this stuff is mine, and every time I see it, it just gives me anxiety, and I just want to throw it all away. I'm like, okay, well, that's fine by me. Yeah, I mean, most of the stuff that is here, well, I wouldn't say most of it, a lot of the stuff that is here is mine, but there are some things that was here from mom and dad that we just don't need, or it was stuff that we have had, just kind of like in storage per se, for years, and we've never missed them to begin with. So we'll just kind of do like a quick peruse over everything. Obviously anything, like metal wise that I want to keep around for the blacksmith shop, sure, I'll take, and I put everything over by the tent. And then coming out here today, so I had the stake. So when the tent was over here, I had stakes in all four corners, and I pulled up the stakes in the front, set them someplace, or the stakes out of the back of the tent, set them someplace. Now I don't know where they're at. The two stakes that I had in the front of the tent, I put over there and got those put in. But yeah, so I've learned my lesson with these tents, that they need to be staked down some way or another, otherwise they will go away. And coming out here today, well, this is what's happened. Let's go take a look. So something's not right here. Yeah, so obviously I've put the stakes down in the back, so you can kind of come in here and see if those stakes were not there. That one, this tent would be gone. Wind would have taken it. So yeah, it does not take a lot for these things to move around because of the weather. So yeah, I'm gonna need to find those other stakes for this thing so I can get it buttoned up down. Yeah, man, like I said, I've learned my lesson, and I know that if you don't put stuff in these feet, these things are gone. So we'll get it worked out. Get it worked out where I want it to go. So yeah, that's where I would like it to be. Also, I just set this in here, haven't even straightened up. It's not even sitting in a spot where I want it to be. The tent is, but now, because I did try putting like one of those little spiral ones, but this would basically just pull right out. The wind would pull this out. See, I hit a rock, it won't go on the ground. So I tried a few different locations, same thing. There's just too many rocks over here for that style. So I need to find what I did with those other pins, because that's really it. As long as you can stop it from really moving, I mean, unless the wind really goes in there and like grabs the whole thing and lifts the whole thing up, as long as I have pins in all the feet, it would take a lot of really high winds to lift this thing up. So as I'm cleaning, I guess I'll continue to look for those other pins, because yeah, set them down and don't know where they're at. All right, I'm back out here for another day. Yeah, yesterday was kind of short-lived. Gladys decided to get out here and burn. She was burning over there. She's like, oh, that's not going to affect you. I'm burning over there. You're working over here. Well, no. Winds go around. And I've said it time and time again. And I actually got mad yesterday. And I was like, you know what? If you're going to burn, I'm going to go inside. So that's what I did. I didn't finish up anything yesterday. I just went, changed back into my shorts, sat down. I did nothing yesterday. So Now, I'm back out here today to try to finish what I was working on. And I'm still looking for those pins for that tent. We might find them as we're going through, but I've already actually grabbed a bunch of stuff over here. Lawnmowers have been moved. That big trash pile that was over there, that's been taken up to the front. Bicycles that have never been ridden for over 3 years, those are just going to go to the front. Four-wheeler, I'm actually going to move that over by the tent. I'm going to try to see. Container, I mean, that container's good. I might go throw that over in the tent. Utilize that. And then, yeah, I mean, old bunks that I had, you know, for working logs and stuff like that, I'll go ahead and throw those in a burn pile. I can make more of those, right? But stuff like this, I'm going to get over by the tent, that over by the tent. And just go ahead and start moving some of this. Obviously, metal, things that I have like this that are already outside, those are just going to stay outside, right? Stuff like this that's outside, well, obviously, the coolers, I'll go ahead and put in a tent. But all the rest of the stuff, basically stay outside, right? Wood stuff, yeah. I'm going to try to get this cleared today, minus the tractor. Well, I don't know. I mean, I could probably pull the tractor over there. Obviously, it's not going to be able to drive, but I'll try to pull it at least. And then, yeah, just all the rest of this. Basically, everything outside. I want to try to take everything outside today. And then, because as I'm recording right now, it's Saturday. I already have a video set for Monday. Next video that, well, as you're watching this, it's Wednesday. Should be Wednesday. So I got plenty of time to be able to get stuff done. So we'll see. Who knows? Maybe by the time I'm ready to edit and all that stuff, I'll be ready to start tearing this thing down. But I might have to save that for a video on its own. So, all right. Well, this stuff ain't going to clean up itself. Let's get busy. All right, I'm making progress. I mean, I'm not going to show 100% of everything, but tires are gone. Four-wheeler is gone. A lot of the stuff that was here, boxes. So that box that was actually there, that black and yellow one, was actually Dad's tools. So that's up in the front with his trailer. So whenever he wants to come grab that. So basically everything that's left. So lawnmower and the weed eater, like, I don't really want to take over there. I mean, I can just go store it for the winter time. I do need to get some winterizer, you know, for the gas and stuff like that in both those machines. And then the air compressor, I'm probably just going to throw up into that gray shed for now, or possibly even the big shed for now. But then obviously I still got small stuff, right? Small propane tanks, this glass door. I don't know what we're going to do with that thing. But yeah, some of this other stuff is just all going to go over to the tent. All right, all this stuff's going to be outside by the tent. And then kind of the same thing. So I've already been cleaning up on the other side over here too. So obviously a lot of the trash, the wood that was here, most of that's gone. The stuff that was here, trash is gone. I've kind of went through. So this is kind of like stuff I'm keeping. There's still going to be some things in here I'm going through, trashing what I want, and then keeping the rest. We had like a couple sinks back here in the back, and so I got rid of one. I'll keep this one for like an outdoor kitchen or something. I don't know. Who knows? But I mean, it can sit outside. I'm not worried about that. Just not here, right? So I'm going to end up taking these pallets over there to set outside, and then stuff can sit on the pallets. Wood, right? Obviously the stuff that I had plans for, because this is actually a pear that I got from Making a Home, Miss Lauren and Joel. And so I might hold on to some. I do have some still in there. I wanted to use it for handle materials for tools and stuff like that. It just never really came to fruition. Tires, I've been kind of holding on to those. I really want to use the tires because I have a couple already over by the trailers that I want to use as like a land drag, right? I'm just going to take the actual tire itself and bolt them all together. I mean, these here were Dad's. So this tire, all three of those tires I'm probably just going to take up to the front. He has another tire that's already up there. I'll take that up to the front. That stuff was Dad's. That satellite dish was Dad's. So that stuff up to the front. The old PVC, the old stuff, that was stuff from the old house that used to be here. That goes up to the front. Not too worried about that. And then old trailer hitch, like a receiver, I don't need it, right? That can go up to the front. Just some stuff, right? Some roofing material. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I'm not getting rid of my coal. That's some good Pennsylvania bituminous coal right there. I'm not getting rid of any of that. That's hard to get a hold of. Ramps, good to have. Stuff like that. Obviously, going through here is going to be a chore. Because a lot of it, I mean, a lot of stuff here is just buckets of junk, right? Which is kind of my junk. It's all metal, right? Not all of it. Some of this stuff I kind of got from Uncle Mark. So a lot of it's hardware, right? Nuts and bolts and screws and electrical equipment. But that's blacksmithing stuff. That's blacksmithing stuff, blacksmithing stuff, blacksmithing stuff. And then it has like some things mixed in with it. Obviously, all that over there, blacksmithing stuff. And then obviously the tool cart and just stuff. I mean, I got some tools in there. Yeah, it's all this stuff will just go to the tent. You know, I'll just go pile it up in a tent over there. I'm not too worried about, you know, my blacksmithing stuff staying outside for the most part. I mean, because I can clean it up later once I actually get, you know, a shop, right? So once I get this tore down and I get something else set up over there, even if it's just temporary, I don't care. Because I can build something better later, right? And ultimately, right, we're not going to be living in that house. We actually want to build a house on top of the ridge, if you did not know. So at some point, who knows? I might even want to build a small shop up there to keep it close by. Or I might want to leave it down here to where it's not next to the house. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I'm just going to keep trucking along. But right now it's lunchtime, so I'm a fat kid's hungry. I'm going to go get something to eat and then come back and make a few more loads. All right, last load of the day. So I actually just took the truck with a load over to the tent. And I was able to, so I still haven't found the pins, but I was able to tie off that tent to the post of the frame that I already have up there. So yeah, I didn't get nowhere near as far today as I would like to have gotten. And we have rain on the way. So, I mean, for the most part, I think stuff that, you know, I've kind of went through, I'm just going to go ahead and throw into this building to the best of my ability. Stuff that, you know, I want it to stop getting wet. And, yeah. So I got another big pile of trash. So this here is all going to be trash minus the tire. The tire will go up with Dad's stuff because that's actually one of Dad's spare tires to his blue truck. And I got like soaking wet. Well, for one, sweat because it's almost 80 degrees today. But all down my pant leg was soaking wet because one of the coolers, the small cooler, was actually full of water. And whenever I was dumping it out, it slipped and like half of it went down my leg. And then the basket of stuff that's on the tractor now, it also had something in it that was full of water. And whenever I was carrying it down my leg, the water went. So yeah, disgusting. But it's coming along. Closer each day. Closer each day. Okay, boom, here we are. This is actually going to be probably the last day of this video. So back out here again. I'm going to try to get some more of this stuff moved, i.e. metal, just a lot of the stuff that's out here. I'm going to take over to the other side of the tent. I may or may not try to tie that thing down even a little bit better. Even if I got to use, you know, weights. Like I have another older anvil I could tie down, you know, just because today's the day, right? So right now I'm in short sleeve. It's supposed to be nice, right? Still in the 70s today. But then by 7 or 8 o'clock tonight, right, we have that cold front coming through. So within a matter of 3 hours, it's supposed to drop 30 to 40 degrees. So we're expected, you know, for tomorrow to have a high of only like 34 or something like that. So going from 71 to 34, that's a pretty big jump. So, But yeah, I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna try to just continue moving as much of this stuff as possible, getting trash up to the front, getting stuff over by the tent, and then yeah, this is gonna be looking a whole lot different. So obviously we still have this building that we're gonna have to tear down, and we still have this shed that we're going to have to move. And some of the price quotes, so obviously I was looking at quotes for concrete, you know, because we had talked about doing concrete slabs for these sheds, right? So I've talked about it plenty of times, to where this big shed here is going to be the new YouTube studio, and I do not want it to be on its skid, right? I actually want it to be onto a concrete slab. So that's an endeavor in itself. We need to move it, but not only do we need to move it, once it gets in place and we actually have a concrete slab in place, I want to move this on top of the slab and then lift it up, disconnect the wood floor to this, and then set it back down onto the concrete slab and connect it to that slab. So yeah, that's going to be an endeavor in itself. But for this shed, the playhouse shed is going here to the back. And yeah, it turned out to be, without having to have any type of dirt work whatsoever, for the formwork, the concrete itself, and basically everything that is needed to be done, $3,500 for these slabs. So I was like, wow, yeah, don't got that. So back here, so this is the area here that shed is going. So like right here, I've already brought in a lot of dirt. Obviously this still needs dirt work, so that price is just going to go up even higher, right? Obviously I can do some more dirt work, whatnot. I still have a lot to clean back here, right? Some of these trees, like this tree, those still need to come out. And then there's going to be a few more trees that is going to be coming out later, but I can do that after this shed is in place. But I do need to get rid of those two trees, because it's going to be basically right here next to where the shed would be, and I don't want to do that. So yes, so the door's going to be facing towards the house. Basically the front right of the shed is where the power comes off, so the power will just be able to go straight over to this pole here. The wire's already on the shed. Apologize for the wind. Like I said, that front's coming through. But we're going to end up doing something different here. It's not going to be a concrete slab. So that shed's actually going to be staying on its skids. So it really doesn't need to be on a concrete slab. We're just going to do it more for, you know, ease or beautification of the area. But I think instead we're just going to do the more typical type of foundation for a shed. So if you'd like to see that video coming up very, very soon, leave us a comment down below, and then we'll shift over to that. But we are going to be going and finishing up the chicken coop, hopefully here very, very soon, because obviously it's getting colder. We need to shift our chickens over into that space. And then also we're going to be continuing the wall build out here as well. So all that's going to be coming very, very soon. But anyway, I'm going to go continue to clean up this area over here. It's cleaning. It is what it is. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up here. But just know that closer each day, that's what I like to say, right? Is the beautification to this property is getting better and better each day. Some days slower than others, but it is what it is, right? So we definitely thank y'all for following in on our journey, helping us grow, sharing this out. It's greatly appreciated. And if you'd like to stick around a little bit further on this journey that we call life, go ahead and check out this video that's right here. The whole year's playlist is on this side, continues to grow as the year progresses. Icons up here at the top make it easy to subscribe both here and to our side channel. Go check that out. It's greatly appreciated. And last but not least, always get out there, thank a veteran every chance you get, not only on Veterans Day. We'll see you on the next one. Later, friends.